This is Math 7, Section 3.6, Writing Algebraic Expressions. So I already wrote out a few of the notes, but here goes. Translate verbal expressions into algebraic expressions with one variable. So right now we're just writing the expressions using one variable. And the problem here is Amy used 2/3 of a ribbon. That's how much ribbon she used. That was y inches long, so we know it's 2/3 of y. So when you say of, that translates to multiplication. So we could say 2/3 times y. 2/3 y is our answer for this equation. So another problem, it says a retailer doubles the value of a coupon worth $2 with the purchase of $15. So the purchase is 15. But to that, we can add the number of the value of the coupon. So we know that the value will be negative because if it's a coupon, you're subtracting that amount. So we make that negative, and it says the coupon is worth $T of a purchase. So $T, that's how much we spent, and then -2 because it's twice, and it's negative because we subtract that from 15, and that's our answer. Another one says 7 sticks of clay are shared equally among 28 students. So 7 sticks of clay, and we already know that each clay weighs C grams. So 7 times C is the total amount of grams. Then we need to divide them by 28 students, so we divide by 28. 7 and 28 simplify to 1/4, so it's C over 4. Example 16 says a fruit punch makes 7 quarts when made with R quarts of orange juice. This time it's being made with 30% less orange juice. Write an expression for the number of quarts of the fruit punch made this time. So normally it's made with R quarts of orange juice, but this time it's being made with 30% less. So remember, to translate a percent to a decimal, we divide by 100, so it becomes 0.3. We put that in here times R, and then this gives us how much less we're using. So if it's normally 7, we subtract that 30% that we're not using this time. That becomes our answer. B, James paid X dollars plus 3% sales tax for a pen. Write an algebraic expression for the amount of money he paid for the pen. So X was the total price, but then we need to increase that by 3%. We need to add 3%. So 3% to translate to a decimal is 3 divided by 100, which is 0.3. We multiply that times X. So basically we have 1X, the price paid, 0.03X, which is the tax, equals 1.03X. C says, let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry, it won't let me when I'm recording. Okay, C says 7 watermelons weigh W pounds each. So 7 watermelons, so we get 7W, because 7 times how much watermelon weighs. But then it says we have 2/5 of that. So the basket can hold 11 pounds less than 2/5 of it. So 2/5 of 7W is 2/5 times 7W minus 11 pounds because we're taking away 11 pounds. Try that in guided practice 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, let's translate a real-world problem into an algebraic expression using a diagram. James's farm has a rectangular shape, like so. Its width is X yards, and its length is 6 yards more than 1/3 of the width. So if it's 6 yards more, we know it's plus 6, then 1/3 of the width, so it would be 1/3 X. 1/3 X plus 6, that whole thing is in yards. So now we know this way and that way. It says write an algebraic expression for the perimeter of John's farm. Well, we know that the perimeter means this side plus that side plus that side plus that side. So we just add them all together. X plus 1/3 X plus 6 plus 1/3 X plus 6. Okay, so these are just additions, so we can get rid of the parentheses. If it were subtraction, we would have to distribute the subtraction, but it's addition, so it stays the same. Now let's add the x's. We have 1x, 2x, 2 and 2/3 x, or 2 and 1/3 x, 2 and 2/3 x. So all of those together make 2 and 2/3 x. plus 6 is plus 12. So that is how many yards that we have total. Try that in guided practice 5. Okay, translate verbal descriptions into algebraic expressions with more than one variable. Okay, so far we've had one variable, like one letter, but we can also have 2 letters. So this one says, Andrew has M coins. Catherine has 1/2 R coins. How many more coins does Andrew have than Catherine? So to find this, we know that it is the difference. So the difference is just M, how many Andrew has, minus 1/2 R, which is how many Catherine has. So now, the next problem says Tom made T dollars and his sister Sandra made U dollars. T dollars, U dollars. Working in a restaurant for their summer vacation. They gave 12% of their earnings to charity. So find the total amount they give to charity. Oops, sorry. 12% to charity. Well, the percent they gave is just a total of the two, so we can just add T plus U. Then of the whole thing, we need to multiply it times 12%, which is equal to 12 divided by 100, 0.12. Multiplied by this whole thing, that's how many dollars. Let's try this in an example. Example 18 says, grapes, papayas, and strawberries are sold in a supermarket at the following prices. X pounds per the grapes, X dollars per pound for the grapes, Y dollars per pound for the papaya, 3/5 X dollars per pound for the strawberries. So Danielle bought 4.5 pounds grapes, 2.65 pounds papayas, and 6 pounds strawberries. So to figure out what we have and what we need, let's put this all into a table. So we already know the fruit here. We know the weight here. We also know price per pound for the grapes is X, papayas is Y, strawberries is 3/5 X. So now we need to find the cost. So cost will be price per pound times the pound. Price per pound times the pound. Price per pound times the pound. This one is equal to 3.6x. So we have a cost for each of them. Now if we want to find the total cost, we just need to add them up together. So we know we can add the x's together, which becomes 8.1x. The y we can't add with anything, so we just say plus 2.65y. And that is the total cost. Try this in guided practice 6 and 7. Lastly, let's translate verbal descriptions into algebraic expressions with parentheses. So sometimes we have to use parentheses to show what we do first before we do other things. So in this example, it says Nancy had N baseball cards she wanted to give away. She gave 12 baseball cards to her brother. 12 to her brother. She gave the rest equally among 4 friends. Rest divided by 4 2 friends, total equals n. So if we draw a little bar here, we know that this total is n baseball cards, right? Now, we're going to divide this up. So first, we already know that she took 12 of that to give to her brother. The rest is going to be divided into 4. Okay? So 4 parts. And we know that this right here, whatever she gave to her brother was 12, but this right here would have to be the total minus that, so it's n minus 12. Now, we want to figure out exactly how many each friend received. So we could say that each friend received 1/4 of this. So this one here is n minus 12 divided by 4. If we take n minus 12 divided by 4 and we want to simplify it, we could say n minus 12 in parentheses times 1/4. Because this is like multiplying n minus 1 over 2 over 1 times 1 over 4. We just separate those out. So then we can write it like this. Now if we distribute this to each one of them, it becomes 1/4 n minus 1/4 times 12, 1/4 n minus 3. And that's how we figure out how much each friend gets. Try that in guided practice 8, and we will be doing the technology activity in class.